So, I forgot to make a video after the meeting last night. This is the next morning. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm driving an hour to go run and stuff because I'm a fucking recruiter and we're spread the fuck out. So, I drive an hour to work out for an hour. But anyway, the meeting went well. It's really small, you know, which I guess I should have expected because I live in a really small town. But I liked it like that. You know, there was about 6 people there. 2 or 3 of them were my age or younger. The 2 or 3 of them that were older than me were really cool. It was an alcoholic meeting, but there was another addict there. That's what I said. I'm an alcoholic addict. And everybody shared, and we did a big book study group, which, you know, I'm not familiar with because I've never been to one of those meetings before. So it was kind of like being in school. We all read a passage, then we talked about it, and then we read another one, then we talked about it, and then some people just talked about anything. I've been having trouble lately. One of the main things about Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous is that you turn over control to a higher power. You know, most people think higher power is God. And, you know, I believe that. I believe in a God. My God's a man. My God's a caring and forgiving God. But I'm not sure that that's who I want to turn control over to. You know, I've let go of control of my life. I just don't know who the fuck I want to give it to yet. If I want to give it to the AA fellowship, or if I want to give it to, I don't know, these fucking videos, or my car, whatever, that's what I'll do, because none of those things have fucked anything up yet, and I have. So they all have a better decision-making process than me, even if that means they have no decision-making process at all, because when it comes to that respect, that aspect of my life, I have no decision-making process at all anymore. I've lost the control to it. So that's what we talked about last night, was God. And I was honest. I told people that, and this is why I don't know if I want to turn my control over to God or not, even though I believe in one. I told people that, I'm going to put this cigarette out, I'm sure it's very loud. I told people that I had been places and I had seen things that made me think, if God would let this happen here, or if God would let this happen at all, why would I want that God to be in control of my life? You know, because I'm a combat veteran, and I've had friends overdose, and you know, I'm not saying that I've had the worst experiences out of all my friends, but I've put myself in some situations that have made me see the worst part of this world, and I think that I'm a stronger person because of that. You know, I'm more worldly. I understand how things work. I understand how the true nature of people really are, and that just makes me question whether or not I want His will to be my will, because I've seen what His will does. Now, I've seen what my will does too, and I'm not saying that mine's any better. That's what I meant by I turn control over to something. I just don't know what yet. That's why I don't want to turn it over to that just yet. You know, maybe AA meetings are usually in churches or something. Maybe after, you know, a year or so of this program, or after a while, I will have found my faith in God again. And I never lost my faith. I just lost my, I don't even know how to say it. I guess it is faith. I believe in a God. I just don't believe that. Well, I've already explained it. You know, AA is centered around a lot of God stuff and a lot of prayers, and I say the prayers, you know, because I still believe in God, and I believe He needs worshipped. I don't know. It's a really tough part of my life right now. I haven't quite sorted that out yet, and I'm hoping to sort it out sooner rather than later. I heard a guy last night say, he said, before I found the program, I was as spiritually dead as a hammer. And he was talking to me because I told him how I felt about God. So, you know, I don't feel like I'm spiritually dead as a hammer yet. I still believe there's God. But I don't know if my belief was any better than his was at the time that he felt like that, because I'm sure God doesn't like hearing what I'm saying right now. Because, you know, we have our own free will, and just, I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, the meeting went great. I went home. The rest of the day was good. Woke up this morning really fucking early, which is unusual because drugs usually make me go to sleep late and sleep in real late. So I would get up at 8, just enough time to get ready for work and then go to work at 9. This morning we have some new kind of physical fitness training where instead of everybody just doing it in the town that they live in, we're all supposed to meet in Athens, which is about an hour away from where I live, to work out for an hour, and then I'll drive back for an hour. So I'm actually going to get to work about an hour late because of this, but I don't care. That's what they want me to do, so that's what I'll do. Also, I know that I'm the only one that remembers about this training, because nobody wants to do it. I don't want to do it either, because fuck driving an hour to work out for an hour when I could just do it. You know, I could step out my front door and take off running in 2 minutes. So I didn't call anybody, I didn't remind anybody, nothing. And that way, when I'm the only one that's here this morning, tomorrow morning when they're calling me, I can say, fuck it, you weren't there yesterday, I'm not coming again. I don't know if that's the right answer or the wrong answer, but that's my answer. Because instead of spending these 3 hours doing what I could do in 1, you know, I can do twice as much at home or whatever. Or I'll be able to take my dog with me at home, and I like being able to take her running with me. I think it makes her feel better for the rest of the day. She likes it too, you know. Dog wants to get out of the house. Pretty big dog, pretty small house. So I'm hoping that this doesn't last very long. Even though I don't mind it, you know, I don't want to do it. It's not that bad because it's pretty rare that I get to see other people that are in the Army. We get to hang out very much, and you know, that's probably the coolest thing about the Army. I think is the instant camaraderie and brotherhood you build with these people that are in in situations like yours. You know, everybody is in a town that they're not from. Everybody doesn't know anybody when they get here, so you make friends pretty easily. So seeing these guys every now and then, I like it. Reminds me who I am and where I'm from, and it keeps me grounded, I guess. But so when I also found out at that meeting last night, which was an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, that they have Narcotics Anonymous 2 days a week, plus they have meetings at noon all the time. So it should be a pretty easy schedule to meet. The church that I'm attending these meetings in is probably a mile and a half from my house, so I could throw a rock at it if I wanted to. Probably wouldn't make it, but you know, I could ride a bicycle to it. I guess that'd be a better analogy. Last night when I was making that video on my way to the meeting, I had to drive past it twice so that I would have enough time to finish the video. Plus I was a half hour early because I wanted to get there to meet everybody and introduce myself and being the new guy and all. So it shouldn't be that bad, man. I like the meetings, I like the people, they're close to home. They have a pretty wide schedule, so if I can't make it in the early meeting, I'll make it to the late one. And hopefully, you know, my outlook stays as good as it has been for the last day and a half, 2 days, whatever. Alright, when I got something else, I'll make another video.